What's up guys, Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today is Tuesday, April 30th, 2024, and we're going to check out what's in the game today and see if it's worth doing. We're going to start off with the glowing of the shards and see what we have available for 15 times chance. We've got Hira the Watcher, who of course is part of the Mikage mythical fusion. Is she worth going for? Personally, I don't think so. First of all, getting a 15, 20, or 25 times chance is not actually an amazing chance, and you shouldn't be all that desperate for this champion. I'm guessing that there are going to be plenty of events in the future where you can get either the epics to fuse her, or you can get her as well. So I wouldn't go out of my way wasting shards for Hira. If we get rid of her, we can look at Martyr. Now Martyr is an okay champion who used to be amazing. She does have counterattack for the whole team, and that's pretty much her claim to fame. She's a worse version of Valkyrie, so I wouldn't really go out of my way for her either. Mighty Uko is a great champion that can be used in Hydra or Arena, as well as many dungeons. He was a fusion maybe a year and a half ago. Very good champion. If you don't have him, I would not waste shards going for him. And same thing with the Rat King. He was a fusion 2 Christmases ago. He's a very good champion. Again, you can use him in early to mid game arena, not so much late game, because he's just going to get his debuffs blocked most of the time. Sometimes in a live arena he can be useful, but I don't personally really use him there. He is really good. He's really good for Hydra. He's really good for many things in Doom Tower and Cursed City. If you don't have him, you know, I wouldn't blame you for spending shards for either him or Mighty Uko, but I really wouldn't do it, especially when we have, I'm guessing that a fusion isn't going to come this weekend, or probably next weekend, and you're going to want to save both your blue shards and your gold shards, as well as your primals, at least for a fusion or for a 2 times event. I don't think any of those champions are elite enough. They're not S tier where you're really going to want to be going for them. Even if you're at your mercy, I wouldn't waste it on them, even though they're all pretty good champions. Hira isn't that good of a champion, but of course, if you're going for Lady Mikage, I understand why you'd want to go for her, but I don't think it's really worth it. Now, when it comes to the Void Shards, Hegemon used to be top of the line in the game, and he can still be useful in arena, and particularly live arena, because he can be a great counter to speed teams. If the other player has Arbiter, you can just put in Hegemon, he'll go first and lock out the other team. But with Stone Skin being such a vital part of the game, he's not quite the champion that he once was. And then if you go to Ursiga here, she's very good, but as far as Void Legos go, she's not top of the top. She's very good, and if you happen to pull her, like, you shouldn't be too sad about it. She's very good arena defensive champion. She's going to protect your team a little bit. Personally, I'd rather have Nekret the Great. So I wouldn't, on a non-2 times event, I wouldn't be pulling for either of these champions, though they're both very good. So I wouldn't waste my shards on any of these progressive chances. I would personally rather save for either 2 times events or for fusions. Now, what do we have going on as far as tournaments and events? We'll start off with the events. The Community Weeks Titan event is coming to a close very soon. We've got just about 5.5 days left. As you can see, I didn't feel personally like it was worth it going for a 4-star. I happened to stumble upon enough for a 1-star, and maybe something will pop up where I'll get a 2-star, but I really haven't been worried about it. Personally, because I don't have Lady Mikage myself yet, but also because, honestly, if you want something good for Mikage, you're going to want more than 4 stars. Like 4 stars is good, but you really want 5 or 6 stars for it to make a big difference from 1 to 4. It's not that huge. So it really wasn't worth it for me. And unless you're really going after that 4-star, probably shouldn't be worried too much about anything. As long as you get something, some kind of star. You know, honestly, it's so much easier to get the mythical stars that are the awakenings that you want, just because there aren't very many mythicals out there yet. I mean, if you look at, I don't have any mythicals, and yet I have, if you look at my soul collection, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different mythical awakenings waiting for me. I don't have that many legendaries, you know, considering how much I pull. I've got 9, 15, 16 waiting for me in case I summon them someday. But I've got 8 mythicals waiting for me. Kind of lets me know that it's not that hard to summon a good soul for a mythical. So that's why I really didn't put in much effort toward that. Now, when it comes to Adventure Deck of Fate, this is just way too expensive. Unless you're just sitting on a pile of silver or the energy necessary to go for Spider, it's going to cost you about 100 million silver, which is quite a bit. As you can see, I've run a little bit of Spider yesterday. I flipped over a couple cards. You know, I got a decent ring there and a 4-star accuracy glyph. Not that big of a deal, but I wouldn't waste 100 million silver unless I had 200 million silver that I was sitting on. And then when it comes to the Soulstone Rush, we still have a few hours left here. As you can see, I decided not to pull any souls for this rush. One, because the rewards are pretty mediocre. I mean, it would be nice to get these shards, but not for the cost, considering, if we scroll down here, summoning is based on what you summon, what kind of soulstone you summon. So unless you're sitting on a bunch of eternal soulstones that you're just dying to summon, you're not going to get any of these rewards. For example, I have 40 of the small soulstones. That's only going to get me 400 points, and I've got one of these. That's only going to get me 500 points for summoning all of my soulstones. What's that going to get? It's not even quite going to get me that 4-star chicken. It give me some energy, some gems, and a blue shard. Totally not worth it unless you're an absolute whale in this game. Now let's go and check out the tournaments. And as you can see, the Sand Devil turn attack is winding down. Now, the Sand Devil turn attack is kind of something that you do when you're not doing anything else in the game. If you got nothing else to do and you want to do a bunch of Sand Devil runs, these things pop up all the time. The rewards are just okay. Do it if you got nothing else to do, basically. Same thing with the Dragon Turn attack coming up tomorrow. Now, I believe when it comes to the Dragon Turn attack, if you look at Plarium's schedule, it says they've got Artifact Drop Fever. I'm not sure which artifact it's going to be. Obviously, if it's speed, you're going to want to go after that. There's not much else. If you go into Dragon, go into Dragon's Lair, see what else is available. Speed is the number one thing that you're going to want to get out of there. Nothing else is amazing. Stalwart is not as good as it used to be. Avenging has very limited usage. Toxic, maybe you use on your clan boss team. Daze, you're not going to use at all. Destroy, you're going to use very rarely. Basically, that's just for Scarab. And there are other ways to deal with Scarab if you don't have Destroy gear. and then Lifesteal and Accuracy, those are both outdated sets. So I'm guessing that's probably going to be a boost for speed, so you might want to save up some energy for running some Dragon over the next couple of days. But that is it for today. There is not a lot going on in the game right now. I think that there's going to be some kind of major event this weekend to get the final points for the Community Week's Titan event. And obviously there's going to be the Community Awards coming on Friday. So I don't think that there's going to be a fusion this weekend. If there was, we probably would have already had the pre-fusion warm-up event going on. So that's probably going to happen next week. So not a lot going on in Raid right now. I would save your shards. None of these things are really worth it to me. And none of the events are that exciting. So what I do during not exciting times, personally, that's when I run my Minotaur. Over the weekend, I pulled a second Inquisitor Shamail that I'm trying to get his masteries going on. And that's it. Tomorrow, I'll probably do some Dragon runs just to try to get some more speed gear. And that's just about it. So that's it for today in Raid. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Weather Wednesday, and I'll check you out in the next video.